Okay,
I
I
won't
just
be
was
here.
wondering.
I took the week off, so
I'm off too.
yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Somehow it worked out. We had more time off.
Yeah.
You don't go back till the 5th,
Oh,
and then we're off we go a couple months in the spring.
wow.
We got to go to Arizona to Maya's school. Going to school in Arizona.
Wow. For her.
So we're going to go down and tour that and have some appointments.
Nice. I heard you resigned from
What's that?
planning and zoning.
Oh, I was going to tell him. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
11
Tired?
years. Well, I got so many things going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seems to be a full-time job at the hospital board.
Shocker.
Did you hear one day last week? Did you hear one day last week that Melanie ticked off and wouldn't speak to anybody?
I know everything. I know everything.
So, do you know what's been done?
You'll soon know.
Okay, good. I mean, it's just
And maybe Mikey will call me.
good. Good.
But I got to keep it down right now. I don't like going through that things.
Probably. Well, there's
There's my wife. There she goes. She's leaving. She's going to bingo. She's going early.
You got the backside of you go from the seat. You just eat it
I
slide.
passed her college math today, her final. So happy she had no more math to take for college.
Good.
She's taking stats because she wants to next semester, but she had to get this college calculus. I couldn't help her, Vicki.
You know, and
She was going down getting a tutor. She got a B. She's really happy.
yeah. Anything other than just basic math, it's not my forte.
I'm a science guy, but I had to take some math. Not that stuff.
Yeah, it's just the mindset's just different.
I got to buy that toilet stool. Mine is just corroding like hell from my water. It's like rough, and it's turning like we gotta scrub it out every other day. We thought we got a good toilet next time.
Well, yeah,
But I want to talk to you before I do it.
but I've got some stuff that's a liquid that you can put in there, and it'll probably clean it all up. But you don't want to get it on your hands.
Okay.
But I'll give you some, you can try it, see if it makes any difference before
Okay.
you want to change the
Because
toilet.
scrubbing on it with stuff that said it would get it off.
Yeah.
But it just slapped.
I got
It just
stuff
slapped.
that'll make a toilet just
You can make it.
glisten, but
If you could,
don't get it on your fingers because it'll eat your fingers.
well, we'll do that first.
Clean up all the
change it all.
mineral deposits.
Yeah, because I was gonna. If I had to change it, I was gonna ask you what kind to get for it.
Get a- we're gonna
And I don't even know if you do that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I do. I get American Standard Cadet.
Okay.
Whether it's a regular bowl or a right hot, one of the taller bowls, if it's round or it's elongated. Just
I like the taller ones. I wish I had a taller one.
That's all I have in
My
my
bath,
shit. Just all ones.
but it's. I know it's a water
I put
concern.
more of those tall ones in now than I do.
Well, yeah.
I haven't put a regular height one in for so long as I've
I hate sitting on the ground and go to the bathroom.
my deal says 529. But that one's a minute ahead, but we'll get started here. We'll get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Would you please rise and say the pledge with us? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any additions or deletions?
No.
Okay. If A motion to approve the council meeting minutes of November 25th, 2024.
I move we approve the council meetings of November 25th, 2024, as presented.
Motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Reports, Councilman Moulton.
Not much. We had Winterfest. Went pretty good.
Mhm.
I think the bus was pretty cool. Jason, I don't remember how many lights he said. Inverter, a couple inverters.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
It was a nice parade.
Beautiful.
I like your float.
Fortunately, we didn't sell out of chili, so lots of chili left over. But outside of that, it went good. We got events meeting tomorrow, and then start planning for Deer Creek Days.
Never ends.
You can serve chili.
Huh?
You can serve chili.
Chili, yeah. Chili Deer Creek Days. You know what they say, there's Deer Creek Days, the next Deer Creek Days. So
Oh,
that's about it.
okay. Councilwoman Nunn.
Yeah, Glenrock did have a beautiful Christmas parade. No snow, no wind, just many vehicles covered with lights. A Christmas toast to the folks who put all those lights on those vehicles. I haven't a clue how they did it. Veterans Memorial Service, Saturday, December 14th at Glenrock Cemetery. A special event, the first time ever in Glenrock, is placing the wreaths across America, wreaths on local veterans' grave. Thanks to the many people that work to make this possible, the ladies from the American Legion, many community members have sponsored this. It's a very special event. We're very fortunate to have it here. Stop by and show a minute of respect to those veterans, receiving a wreath to remember and honor them for what they were willing to do for us. I learned that among the veterans buried here in Glenrock is a Civil War general. How special is that? And such an honor to have this person resting in peace here in Glenrock. And now, Mr. Mayor, I'll get to the very big report, if you don't mind. Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you.
Sit.
Okay. Councilman Kincaid.
I don't have a lot. Went to the hospital board Christmas party. The culinary team put on the dinner and cooked for us, and it was amazing. They did a really good job, and so they're doing fundraiser for their trip to Orlando again. So they worked for their money for us. So that was a good time. I couldn't make the party here Saturday because I had to do my wife's Christmas party, so we have to alternate. And I lost the flip on that one. So again, the parade was great. I think that's about all I have. So.
Councilwoman Collins.
Mike and I attended with a lot of you guys, the Christmas party. It was nice to see so many other employees and see them on a kind of a different level, just sitting there all together in their fancy shirts. And just mentioned the library has the Festival of Trees going on. It's kind of nice, worthwhile to just stop and walk around and see the community doing that sort of thing, and all the different entities that have gone to the trouble to put up a tree just to entertain everybody. It's kind of good community spirit. And speaking of community spirit, I want to second what Margaret said about the memorial service and laying of wreaths that's going to be on at 9 o'clock on Saturday. We actually were able to get all of the wreaths that were required for us, and they were even going to be able to send some money to some of the cemeteries that didn't get all of their wreaths covered. So kind of a big hoorah to everybody for supporting and sponsoring those. And that's about it. We just have a lot of Christmas stuff going on.
And you know one thing, Judy, I'm sure you're aware of it. The FFA chapter and the 4-H club are going to be participating in this, and I think that's really, really nice to have those young people doing that stuff in our community.
Yes, it's having them recognize our veterans is a good thing, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will take a little while on Saturday to come up for the Lane of Wreath. There's, 289 of them or something?
Something like that.
A large number of wreaths are going to be laid.
I know the FFA kids are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tammy, clerk.
Just a reminder that we have a work session on Monday at 5, and thank everybody for coming to the Christmas party. That's all I have.
Okay. Kelly, treasurer.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I have nothing at this time.
John, public works.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We've been working on, I've finished up a discharge permit and submitted it to this DEQ for the town. It's good for 5 years. So I don't know if I'll be here when they do the next one. I've also been working on a report for the state of the North Platte River depletion report that has to be due. I'll finish that very soon. We've been working on just maintenance on our equipment and other things during the winter when it's a little slower. And then, let's see, we've been doing preliminary work on 4th Street to try and identify problem areas so that when we go ahead with that project, that we don't have so many issues like we did on 9th and Keller. That's about all I have. Thank you.
Lyle, building inspector.
Evening, Mayor and Council. On the building side, it's not too slow. The senior center opened up they're putting in a new ramp in the back. It's going to be enclosed. It's a pretty big project, actually, so kind of cool to see. They've been pouring concrete here recently, so it's moving along. I had my first meeting with that building code effectiveness grading schedule thing. That went fairly well. So I got all my paperwork submitted last Friday. I'll see where it goes from there. And then we will discuss building code adoption of upgrading that in our next work session. And then contractor renewals is picking up. And that's really all I got.
Did you send out notices or what?
No, what I didn't, and haven't even sent it yet. I'm already getting them.
Already get them?
Yeah, so I got to get that sent out.
Kohler, chief of police.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Not to beat a dead horse, but the parade went really well. I think that was probably the most comfortable I've been at one of those parades since I started here. So I really liked the new route, and we were able to, I think, cover things really well. It seemed like a little safer route, in my opinion. And I spoke with Kim. Kim's here. About next year, she's already drafting up a whole bunch of ideas. So she's always on to new things. But tomorrow, there's a presentation at the Senior Center my investigator's going to put on regarding scams. In case anyone's interested, it's going to start at 10:45. She's just going to go over kind of what we're seeing lately, the big trends, things like that, hit some of the ones that are, I guess, normal, and then answer questions up there. So if anyone has any questions or interest in that. On the 11th, I'm going to be headed down to Cheyenne with a couple of Secret Santas to pick up some gifts so that we can get those things wrapped up and ready to be delivered. So that usually takes up a really good portion of the day to go down there and load all those gifts. And luckily, we take a couple of vehicles because we end up with quite a few. So the 20th, the Glen Rock First Southern Baptist Church is putting on a concert featuring Matt Baird of the band Spoken. They're going to donate all the proceeds from that to us so that we can provide for more families with gifts and food baskets and such. So kind of excited, but if anybody's interested in that, we have tickets here. They are $5 beforehand and $10 at the door. So again, the proceeds go to helping us because we got a lot of last-minute names snuck in. So we're definitely kind of struggling a little bit trying to figure out how we're going to make things stretch and such, but see where that ends up for us as far as how much extra money we can add on to help with that. The 21st will be, a few of us will be over in Douglas doing the Shop with a Cop event. I think I talked about or told you last time, but they have 130 kids that we're gonna help out there. So in 2 different sessions, but even 65 kids, it's going to be a little exhausting probably. But anyway, looking forward to it. It'll be a good time. Great way to spend a Saturday. So The 23rd is when we're going to be delivering our meal baskets and gifts. We've got 30 meal baskets to deliver, and honestly, like I said, there's still been a few names snuck in as far as kids, so I hate to give a number now, but I think we're somewhere up around 30 kids right now. So, and rising, it seems like every day. But then we are working on the senior snack delivery boxes. We have not selected a date yet, just because we're trying to kind of get through this other stuff, scheduling and get all that stuff around and such. But we are still working with that, so that'll probably, I'm not sure yet if that'll be after Christmas, maybe, just to keep that a little easier. But outside of that, business as usual. So
I agree with you, Coulter. That new parade route was very interesting. We enjoyed that. That was really nice.
I like it in conjunction with what they're doing over at the rec center, and then we have the Christmas shop over here. So yeah, so I talked to Kim, and like I said, great ideas for next year. I'm really excited to get the chance to use that route again, and then next year maybe try to focus a little more on doing stuff down here to keep people down here and get them back to the rec. Maybe keeping that open a little bit later next year to circle those people back to maybe finish that chili up after they've been outside.
I go back for seconds.
Yeah, exactly. After you've been out in that cold, a good cup of chili.
Yeah,
Will
you
help.
can eat, so.
Oh, well, it's just, yeah, so, nope, I'm excited for that.
Okay. Mr. Nelson, do you have something for us this evening?
Mayor, Council, good evening. Life at the fire hall, I guess, going pretty good. We had our elections. Sean is going to do another term as chief, and then Mike Hirschley was the only other new face that went into office. The roof got done, and Tammy, if I could talk to you maybe after the meeting, I don't know if the insurance will reimburse us on payment, so visit with you. According to his email, I'll visit on it if we could real quick. And then we're just kind of waiting for things to fall into place on the addition, I guess. So we have, I think the day before Coulter's guys deliver presents, we do a Bates presents with them. So there ought to be lots of presents flying around town there that weekend. So other than that, nothing else. Any questions of us, I guess?
I think it's great, all the presents we're giving the kids. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, when we do it, usually there's 4 trucks that are pretty much packed full, and you break into different sections of town and up on the hill, and a couple hours usually. I think Roy was in it last year and maybe the year before, but I mean, there's
What day are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Saturday the 22nd, I believe it is.
If I knew someone that might benefit from that, how do I tell them to get to the fire truck?
Get with Sharon Kemp with she kind of runs it with the bait, and they do the names. I'm not sure if they do it over here at Hardware Hanks or
Not sure what they're doing.
where they do their list at, but there's usually a pile of them. We have the lower bays filled up usually.
Yeah, those kiddos got a lot of gifts last year.
Yeah. So, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll go on to items from the floor. Any items from the floor this evening? Don't everybody run up there at once.
Are you going to have council meeting on the 23rd?
Yes.
Yes, we are. There's no old business, new business. First order of new business is a 24-hour malt beverage catering permit for the Deer Creek Lounge, Taylor's Deer Creek, for the Ducks Unlimited banquet. Is there a motion?
I move we approve the 24-hour malt beverage catering permit for Taylor's Deer Creek for the Ducks Unlimited banquet.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Next order of business is a tree grant application from the Glen Rock Golf Club to cut the big cottonwood tree down that was located out on the southeast corner of the the old clubhouse. It's going to interfere with the new construction, and they're wanting to cut it down, and the low bid was, I'm seeing here, is $1,800. So, is there a motion?
I move we approve the tree grant for removal to treat the Glen Rock Golf Course.
Motion, is there a second?
A second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on it?
Just a quick note here. I believe that they were thinking if they could get this tree grant to help them, that they would take that money and buy 3 new trees to put out on the golf course to replace an old one that was diseased.
I wasn't sure if she was done. And while that would probably be a good idea, and I would suggest that maybe they come and ask if we could give them some money for that, my concern is that we have tried to set a precedent of going by the requirements of the grant and not authorizing money if it doesn't fit the grant. And according to the tree grant, the tree must be adjacent to a public right-of-way or pose an immediate threat to any structure, neither of which this fits because the structure isn't there.
Well, it was.
And it will be. It will be again.
And it will be again, and they can do what they want. However, our grant says an immediate threat to a structure that doesn't exist. The other thing is, it says it must be approved by council prior to removal, and it's already been removed.
That's not the first one that's happened. We had another one that was removed, and then it got a grant afterwards.
Yes, and
I didn't know they'd even removed it yet.
I didn't know
they removed it
Was it
today.
removed before this
It's an-
application came in?
No, it was
Okay.
removed today.
But they knew that it was required that it remain till it was approved.
Well, they had it in before the tree was cut down.
So
But-
do-
I
But
don't have a whole lot of heartburn
tree
about
grant policy specifically says
Yes.
must be
Had to come
approved by
back.
council before the removal. And I think it's unfortunate, and I think perhaps they could come to us and ask, we could probably come up with some money to help them replace the tree. I just think that it's a bad precedent to,
I think Todd, when he delivered his meeting, he told me that the guy had it scheduled for today. I think it came down today.
yes, it did.
And he said it's actually be a problem. And I said, well, he couldn't, they did have a problem with scheduling it apparently.
he was working out of town.
Yeah, so he's like, this, the only day that fits for him or something. And I told him I didn't think it'd be a problem.
So if we're going to do this, then we're going to do it to absolutely everyone that comes in, because we approved one grant that the trees had been down way before it was put in. They were gone. We've already done that once.
I am aware of at least one, and that's exactly my point, that it comes back to haunt us if we don't stick to what the tree grant policy says. And that's my concern, is us.
I would think then in the construction phase like this, they're not quite sure what date they would be putting up the
Well, the fact that it came
structure
down
and
on the day that
run down
we
and take the
hold
tree
our
down.
meeting.
And they did ask
A few hours.
Kyle if
Yeah.
it would be a problem.
So, is there any other discussion on it? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay.
Nay.
Motion carries. I believe our next order of business is bills and claims. Is there a motion?
I move we pay our bills and claims.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll sec- Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on bills and claims? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. there's nothing else to come before the meeting this evening, I'd ask somebody to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Call for vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed by nay. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.